the fastball explodes out of his hand. 99 miles per hour. The slider drops off the table like a brick. He is pure power, raw dominance, and terrifying potential. He is Dylan Cease, and he is the most polarizing, most anticipated arm on the free agency market. Forget the flash of the big hitters. In a league perpetually starved for high-velocity pitching, Cease is the ace in the hole, the ultimate wild card. But here's the burning question. After a roller coaster few years, culminating in his mid-season trade, who is willing to pay the massive premium for his talent? Which contender is ready to risk a 9-figure contract on a man who could be either a Cy Young winner or a control disaster? This isn't just about money. It's about a team staking its entire competitive window on one of baseball's most fascinating paradoxes. Today, we break down the 5 frontrunners, the statistical risks, and the colossal rewards awaiting the team that lands Dylan Cease. To understand the free agency fight for Dylan Cease, we must first confront the numbers. The tale of Cease is a story told in 2 acts, the unparalleled peak of 2022 and the subsequent, sobering regression. In 2022, Cease was statistically untouchable. His 2.20 era was eye-popping, but the advanced metrics were even louder. He finished second in the Cy Young vote, largely driven by a phenomenal 11.1 K9 rate and a fielding independent pitching, or FIP, of 3.10. That FIP, a superior measure of a pitcher's actual performance since it strips away defense, showed he wasn't just lucky, he was actively dismantling opponents. His slider, a true masterpiece of movement, generated a whiff rate consistently above 45%, practically guaranteeing a strikeout when thrown. He was, briefly, arguably the best power pitcher in baseball. To understand the free agency fight for Dylan Cease, we must first confront the numbers. The tale of Cease is a story told in 2 acts, the unparalleled peak of 2022 and the subsequent, sobering regression. In 2022, Cease was statistically untouchable. His 2.20 ERA was eye-popping, but the advanced metrics were even louder. He finished second in the Cy Young vote, largely driven by a phenomenal 11.1 K9 rate and a fielding independent pitching, or FIP, of 3.10. That FIP, a superior measure of a pitcher's actual performance since it strips away defense, showed he wasn't just lucky, he was actively dismantling opponents. His slider, a true masterpiece of movement, generated a whiff rate consistently above 45%, practically guaranteeing a strikeout when thrown. He was, briefly, arguably the best power pitcher in baseball, but 2023 and the beginning of 2024 brought the struggles. The command wavered. The walks increased. His walk rate climbed from 10.4% to nearly 12%, pushing his WHIP toward uncomfortable territory. When he walked a batter, his pitch count soared, and his effectiveness plummeted, often leading to earlier exits. This is the Cease conundrum, a pitcher with the arsenal of an MVP but the command of a mid-rotation risk. The team that signs him must believe they can lock in the 2022 version, eliminating the command issues that plague him when his mechanics drift. The contract value hinges entirely on the belief in pitch development and mechanical consistency. If a team can shave even 2 percentage points off that walk rate, Cease immediately becomes a $30 million a year pitcher. If they can't, they're paying $25 million for a high-leverage bullpen arm, not a frontline ace. It's the ultimate higher-risk, higher-reward play of this offseason. Our first major suitor, and arguably the most desperate, is the New York Yankees. The Yankees operate with one singular, non-negotiable goal: win the World Series. Their entire ethos is built on acquiring elite, high-profile talent, and their current rotation, while serviceable, lacks the established, overpowering no-2 arm needed to complement their existing ace. The pressure in the Bronx is immense. Their World Series window remains open, but the competition in the AL East is brutal. They need guaranteed top-tier performance. For Cease, New York offers the largest spotlight, the chance for immediate legacy, and almost certainly the most lucrative contract. The Yankees have the capital, the desire, and, critically, the pitching infrastructure led by their highly regarded pitching coaches. Their front office is built on the belief that they can fix mechanical flaws and maximize the potential of power pitchers. The argument for the Yankees centers on the idea of Garrett Cole's mentorship and the sheer motivation of pitching in the pinstripes. A contract projected at 7 years, $185 million, is realistic. However, Cease's control issues could be amplified under the intense scrutiny of the New York media. It's a high-pressure environment that doesn't forgive walk rates above 10%. The question is, can the Yankees coaching staff be the key to unlocking the Cy Young potential for good? Or will the heat simply cause Cease's mechanics to spiral further? Then we shift coasts to the perennial powerhouse, the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers represent the antithesis of the Yankees' aggressive market approach. They are strategic, methodical, and believe deeply in organizational depth and player development. They have one of the best front offices in baseball, constantly finding market inefficiencies. While their rotation is deep, they are always looking to upgrade the top-end talent, particularly with the long-term health questions surrounding some of their key arms. The allure of the Dodgers for Cease is twofold: stability, and coaching. The Dodgers have a track record of taking high upside, but inconsistent pitchers and finding the tweak that transforms them into perennial all-stars. They are less focused on the immediate pressure and more on the long-term calculated success. They also offer the relaxed, West Coast media market, a stark contrast to the Bronx. The financial offer might be slightly lower than the Yankees, perhaps 6 years, $160 million. But the potential for long-term career maximization is arguably higher. For a player with control issues, the Dodgers' commitment to finding the why behind the walk rate might be the biggest draw. They don't just buy stars, they optimize them. A pairing with the Dodgers is the smart, analytical bet. Let's move to Fenway Park, where the Red Sox stand at a pivotal crossroads. After a period of underperformance, Boston is hungry to re-establish its dominance. They desperately need an anchor for their rotation, a true no, one pitcher that sends a message to the rest of the league and reinvigorates their massive fan base. The Red Sox represent the ultimate chance for JAYS to become the undisputed face of a pitching staff, leading a new era in one of baseball's most historic rivalries. The Red Sox's pitch will likely be heavily focused on history, guaranteed opportunity, and the payroll flexibility they currently possess. They can afford to overpay slightly to win the bidding war and secure a star. They represent a clear pathway to immediate, frontline starter status, without the immediate rotation logjam that LA or New York might present. The challenge for the Red Sox lies in their recent history of coaching turnover and perceived instability, which could be a deterrent for a player seeking long-term consistency. But the sheer financial might and the call of the Green Monster make them a dangerous dark horse. Look for an aggressive, front-loaded 7-year contract offer. Next, we consider the St. Louis Cardinals, the quiet competitors who consistently find ways to win. The Cardinals' interest in JAYS is driven by their philosophical commitment to high-quality starting pitching, a foundation that has supported their success for decades. Their fan base expects a playoff team every year, and adding an arm of JAYS's caliber immediately elevates their standing in the NL Central. St. Louis offers a unique blend of stability, lower market pressure, and a strong defensive infrastructure. The Cardinals are famous for their excellent defense, which is a major benefit for a pitcher who sometimes struggles with control. Knowing that ground balls and fly balls are more likely to be converted into outs can provide a significant psychological and statistical boost to a pitcher like JAYS. Their offer might be the most favorable. In terms of AAV average annual value over a shorter, high-value deal, perhaps 5 years, $125 million, allowing JAYS to retest the market sooner if he fixes his command. The Cardinals are the safe high-floor choice for a pitcher seeking to stabilize his career and pitch in front of a consistent defense. Finally, we arrive at the San Diego Padres. This scenario is all about redemption and reclaiming the promise of an aggressively spent roster. The Padres have demonstrated a willingness to spend big and acquire star power, even after a disappointing few seasons. They are desperate to rekindle the energy that briefly made them an NL favorite. They have a beautiful park, a passionate fan base, and a clear, immediate need for a top-tier pitcher following their recent rotation changes. The Padres' pitch to JAYS is simple: be the face of our rebound. JAYS would immediately slot in as the undisputed ace of the staff. The opportunity for redemption, to join a team trying to prove the doubters wrong, is powerful. The financial situation for the Padres is complex, but the hunger to win remains. A creative, high A, but possibly a tout-heavy contract could be the tool they use to entice him. Think 5 years, $140 million with an opt-out after year 3. This option is compelling for JAYS if he feels he can correct his command quickly and command an even bigger deal a few years down the line. It's the highest risk, highest reward scenario for both the player and the team. When we weigh the statistical upside against the command risk, the destination for Dylan JAYS becomes less about the biggest check and more about the best developmental environment. The Yankees are the financial favorite, but the pressure is a significant factor. The Red Sox offer the highest profile, but the team's current trajectory is a question mark. The Padres offer the shortest path to ace status, but the overall roster strength is uncertain. Ultimately, the smartest analytical bet lies between the Dodgers and the Cardinals. St. Louis offers the defensive safety net, but Los Angeles offers the unparalleled developmental success and the high probability of a championship ring within the first 3 years of the contract. If JAYS prioritizes stabilizing his mechanics and maximizing his career value before the age of 30, the Los Angeles Dodgers are the best fit. Their patient, data-driven approach is uniquely suited to smoothing out the command issues and unlocking that explosive 2022 performance for good. The market is ready to pay for potential, but the Dodgers are paying for certainty, the certainty that they can create. But what do you think? Is JAYS worth $185 million to the Yankees? Or is the calculated risk in St. Louis the better long-term move? Let us know in the comments below. Which team will win the Dylan JAYS sweepstakes, and why? Don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow baseball analysts, and hit that subscribe button for the ace analysis. We break down the game the way it should be broken down. We'll see you in the next analysis.